Welcome, dear viewer, to the final part of the worst Lost Episode Trilogy. This is the conclusion, the point we have all been waiting for. The final 10 stories ready for your viewing pleasure? Anyways, without further ado, it's time to re-enter the Creepypasta Vault for the final stretch, the home run. This is it. Let's begin, shall we? Don't say I didn't warn you. Things are about to get spooky. Cue the intro! Number 10. The Truth About Lowly Rock. Okay, this story right here is not really about a lost episode, as it's more of a spooky theory explaining the show Lowly Rock, but you know, are we really gonna complain at this point? I don't even know anything about this show, I just picked this story because it's funny. So you know the new French cartoon Lowly Rock, right? I don't know, I randomly stumbled upon this story. Well, if you don't, then here's the real story. You sure about that? I guess I'll just have to trust you. Iris was actually a young grade school girl and over-obsessed Sailor Moon fan who thought she was a famous pop star and magical princess from the world of Phedia, which was made from her head. From her head? Guess she must be pretty big-headed then. Because of this belief, she was made fun of at school by her classmates, and her parents and teacher didn't accept her behavior. Iris still didn't care, since she thought she was a teenage alien princess with magical ice/crystal powers. I mean, whatever makes her happy, I guess. Then suddenly that night, Iris was mysteriously taken to a place far away from her hometown by two strangers, who were actually the twins. They began to frequently hit her head to a brick wall. Well, that came out of nowhere. When Iris opened her eyes, she realized that she was getting hurt by those siblings. She tried to cast a spell at the victims, but then one of them said that she had no magic powers since she is just a bimbo. She finally injured her head. That is an amazing quote right there. You have no magic powers, you're just a bimbo. While trying to get home from the horrendous attack, Iris didn't remember anything, implying that she lost her memories, and she later blacked out next to her home. When her mother opened the door wondering who it was, she became easily shocked because she realized that it was actually her daughter, so she sent her to a hospital. Upon ending up on the hospital, on the roof? Iris was finally put into a coma for many years, and her permanent sleep started the universe of Lowly Rock. So, the whole show is based on a coma according to this theory. I have never heard any similar theories to this one before. This story is so original. Number 9. Cloudy with a Chance of Death. Wow, that's a clever reworking of the title. Hello there, my name is Maxwell. I'm sure half of you have heard of the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, right? Well, one incident involving this movie changed my life forever. I was eager to buy this movie in 2010. I planned on watching it with the happy thoughts that it would entertain me. I was bored with waiting for the movie to arrive, so I played some new Super Mario Bros. DS game to kill time. After hours, it finally arrived at my house. While that was completely essential information, I'm glad you had that in your story. When the mailman came to my door, he said the strangest thing that I've ever heard. Just take it, it's free, the mailman said. He just looked scared. Thanks? I said oddly. When I was about to play the movie, I found this key in the back of the disc. What's this for? I thought, once again oddly. You're an odd person, aren't you? But I didn't really care. When I popped the movie in, the DVD player said disc error. What the heck? But the disc is new, I said madly. No swearing in this Christian creepypasta. After 5 more attempts, it finally worked. The movie played normally, but when it got to scene 10, it went black and said disk error. What the heck? Work, darn it! I yelled with rage. Then it started working again. Thank God, I said calmly. I knew this was a Christian story. It was normal, but Flint's eye was twitching uncontrollably. I had no way to explain this, but when Flint was talking to Sam, for a split second you could see Flint pulling his head off with blue blood. Blue? Well, at least it's not red. I guess Flint is royalty? I started getting scared again, but I had to find out what happens next. Then, it stopped and the movie was over. What? It's over? But then I found something very odd under my DVD player. It was blue liquid. Oh my God, it was real. I mailed the movie back to the seller. After that, I noticed something odd. It was the leftover key to the disc. It contained a picture of the whatever this thing is, whatever. Raining blood with Flint dead. I saw why he killed himself. It was to avoid being taken by the Dark God. Where the hell did you get that from? Something was written backwards on the key saying, or saying, he's coming back. Who is coming back? I worried to myself.
Hello, Maxwell.
You know, I could go on a rant about how the ending of this story makes no sense and doesn't explain shit, but you know, is it really worth it? No, I don't think so. We don't even know who said the final sentence! Was it this Dark God? No, it's not worth it, I'm done. However, as always, major props to the author for taking it in such stride. Rock on, friend, keep writing. Number 8. Mickey Mouse Lost Episode. The file was mickey.mp4. Wow, we're cutting right to the chase. I was looking at old cartoons of Mickey Mouse when I found this strange old cartoon circa 1929, entitled Strollin' in Town. Mickey Mouse was walking for a while when he saw a man and thought it was a toy, and he was hiding under it. He then took the man's eyes out and he, Mickey, was covered in blood, but he didn't see the blood and walked off. Mickey, why would you do this? The first time Minnie and Mickey met in the episode, Mickey showed her the man. Minnie laughed, but then she stopped and screamed when she saw the bloody eyeballs. Mickey held the eyes in his hand, to which Minnie asked frantically, "Why would you do this?" That's what I said. Mickey saw the blood, said, "Oh, I thought it was a toy!" The man laughed. Then Mickey was murmuring and trying to kill the man. He grabbed a gun and a knife and threw knives at the man's body and shot him in the head and hands. Unable to move, the man screamed and Mickey told him to shut up, but was no use. The screaming continued. The man had real blood coming from his body, face, and the hands. When the camera zoomed in on Mickey Mouse, he said, "Go and die, you stupid idiot!" Then he stopped screaming, whispered, "I hate you, Mickey Mouse," then died. Oh, rest in peace. Then Mickey was starting to act weird. He didn't do that before, but it didn't stop him. He pulled out a weapon, pointed to the gun shop's owner and pulled the trigger, blood splattering on the window. After the Mickey threw the weapon at the man and ran out of the shop. When he whistled down the street with Minnie, the police didn't see Mickey shooting the man, but they did call an ambulance. Minnie Mouse asked if Mickey would like to come to her house and he agreed. After this, the episode ends, not with the normal credits, but with scary ones. Murmuring sounds could be heard while the credits rolled. At the end of the video, the Disney commercial started and it was kinda creepy looking. Mickey had a deadly looking face in place of the 1930s intro. That face, which was supposed to be the regular Mickey Mouse face in the commercial, was put in the cartoon instead. What an ending. I've got nothing. There's nothing to say about this story because it does nothing. It's nothing. It's an empty void. Number 7. Victorious, don't let go. Victorious? Why is Victorious here? Who thought making a creepypasta about this was a good idea? Victorious, Don't Let Go is a lost episode of Victorious. It was burned on a disc and delivered to an unknown person. It appeared to be more dark themed than any other Victorious episode. The guy who watched it wrote a description of it on a large piece of white paper. Here is the description. This is not a good framing device. The episode starts with the original intro. After the intro ends, it shows Tori walking into the school. Jade starts speaking to her, but in a very quiet voice. The episode fades to static and cuts to a new scene. It shows Jade riding a bicycle with Tori on the back seat. I could see a shovel in a basket attached to a bicycle. The shovel looked very familiar. It had to be from some other Victorious episode. A shovel is a very specific thing to analyze. The episode faded to static again. I could see some footage of Tori lying on the side of a cliff. She sits up and accidentally falls off the cliff. Jade runs over and grabs her hand. Jade starts shouting, "Don't let go!"
He said it! He said it!
The episode immediately ended after that. I didn't know what was going on in the episode. I uploaded the episode onto my computer. There was a new scene on the episode when I watched it on my computer. The scene was showing Jade digging up something. I could see Tori sitting in a chair next to her. Jade reaches into the hole and accidentally falls in. Tori screams. She runs over to the hole and reaches into it. Tori starts repeatedly screaming, "Don't let go!"
He said it! He said it!
I heard Jade screaming in the hole. I quickly got my mother to make it HD. I didn't watch it in HD, but she did. When she finished watching it, she ran out of her room with a frightened look on her face. She kept screaming, "Don't let go!"
He said it! He said it!
I never saw her again after that. Oh no. Really though, what difference does it make if the video file is in HD or not? The guy who wrote this description went missing 3 days later. The HD version was found, but there was only static and weird colors on it, and that's what caused his mother to leave? I'm starting to wonder if she didn't leave for, other reasons. The HD version got burned on another disc and got lost. The disc is missing and people are doing an investigation on the regular version. The investigators are unknown, but they believe the HD version can only be seen in a place with very bright light. Yeah, I think you guys pulled that one out of your asses. What's even there for there to be an investigation, really? Are you sure there are no other ways the mother and son could have disappeared? Does it have to be because of the episode? Who knows? And who really cares? Number 6. Annoying Orange Lost Episode. Oh no, it just gets worse and worse. I was an intern for Cartoon Network, oh fuck, for a year in 2011 for my degree in animating for television. The creator of Annoying Orange, you mean Danebo, right? Do you even know his name? Made an episode that wasn't shown on TV before the show premiered in 2012. He was hiding it so no one could find it. However, I found it and borrowed it from the studio. Oh yeah, borrowed it. So I could watch it at home. I put the tape in my VCR, why would he put a digital internet show on a VHS? And sat back and thought it would be okay. But it wasn't. The intro was the same, except you could hear a loud beeping noise. You first see the Danebo's grocery store. Yeah, there we go, you do know his name, but apparently you can't spell it correctly. Nerville sees a dark figure in the background. He grabs Nerville and repeatedly stabs him for 3 minutes. Orange, Passion Fruit, and Pear scream. They run, but the man stomps on them. Real blood is seen on the floor. He goes over to Marshmallow and Midget Apple and eats both of them. Then Grapefruit knocks him down but splats on the ground. Grandpa Lemon sees the figure and says, "Oh my, go away you stinky fisherman." The man says, "I ain't a fisherman, you elderly retard." He kills Grandma Lemon by punching him. Then the screen fades out to black. Then I saw a scary face that looked so realistic I almost died. That is such a descriptive way of putting it that I can really see it in my head before me. That's astounding. I threw away the tape because I didn't want to have nightmares again, or I would wake up my wife when I was in bed. The next day it came back from the trash, so I wanted to watch the rest. The dark figure blew up Danbo's store and the credits came. The dead fruit was shown as a picture for the credits. I was scared of this episode very much. Then the Nickelodeon logo was shown. I thought, this is weird, this show has never been on Nick. A loud scream made me almost deaf. Then, the Warner Bros. Logo was shown. These logos were never on these shows, only like on Tom and Jerry movies they show on the network. Then, a picture of the creator was shown. He was dead on someone's door, his arms were gone, and he had 4 gunshots on his face. Then, it was over. Then, an unsuspecting ear-busting scream made me deaf and the TV cracked to pieces. That costed me $10,000 plus tax. Plus tax? Why was that included? Again, nothing in this story makes any sense and none of it was explained in the end. This story falls into so many of the traps of terrible creepypastas that think substituting explanations with disjointed spooky imagery makes it all okay and totally scary. That's not how you write a good horror story. Number 5. Scary Dora. One night I was browsing YouTube with my friend, looking at some random videos. I was looking at some rant video when I clicked on the link to a channel called Scary Dora. The picture was a strange version of Dora with a completely blank expression and dull eyes. There was only one video, titled, "Where's the Chapstick 4 AM Freestyle?" I clicked it not knowing what I was in for. Yeah, that's a terrifying title. It started off with a creature that resembled a bear, with human-like feet in the armholes of a red hoodie. It sat there for about 5 seconds before standing up with a girl coming in frame. They then began to perform a strange ritual, with a weird song faintly playing in the background. I began to feel uncomfortable as my friend stopped talking. The girl's face then came into frame, revealing the face of Dora. I shouted and punched my monitor, but pressed on out of curiosity. Why? Why do you hate Dora that much? The strange bear creature began to fall over and get back up constantly, with the Dora girl waving her hands down at the ground. The creature then hit itself against the wall, but somehow survived the blow. The girl was still chanting, not even paying attention to the possible injury of this thing. The creature began to chant in what sounded like an otherworldly language, before jumping up and smacking its feet together. The girl then fell on her back, before spreading her legs and smacking them together like the creature did. Oh good. They both stayed on the ground performing the ritual when the creature rolled on its back, revealing human flesh underneath the clothes. I was terrified at this point. The two creatures then lowered their heads and began to cry, before the girl put her face to the screen and cried, ending the video. I went to my history and cleared it, and went back to Skype to tell my friend what had just happened. But the call had ended. I looked at the chat, which showed nothing but me calling him and him sending a picture that I just finished downloading. The image, when viewed in Windows Photo Viewer, showed my friend hanging from a noose with a hyper-realistic image of the bear creature with the words, "Where is your god now?" Aw, poor friend. They didn't do anything wrong and yet they were the ones punished. It's a cruel world we live in sometimes. You can't even trust Dora. She will hang your friend right in front of you. Despicable. Number 4. Almost dead. Animals. This is 100% true. No, it isn't. 2 days before Halloween, there was a video on YouTube called ada.vid. I stupidly clicked on the video. How do you stupidly click on a YouTube video? And is a episode of Almost Naked Animals. I wish I haven't seen that. It started with the same credits as usual, but the quality was screwed up, but I can still hear the music with no one singing the song, which is creepy. At the end of the credits, the starfish was red instead of purple. I paused the video for a while. Nothing has happened yet, why would you pause it? I called my friends to see this video, but they said there is no video with it. More creepier was that I heard screaming on the phone and said, "Are you okay?" Still kept on screaming and hung up. I picked up the phone again and still screaming happens, but I didn't call anyone. I think I've gone insane. I played the video anyway, and the episode was called Almost Dead Animals, and I think I might be really got insane. I need that on a shirt right now. It started off Duck having his head chopped off by Pig, and my eyes widened because Duck's neck was bleeding. But it looks like Duck was fine and walked off and got into the trash can full of blood. I almost vomited. Duck was talking Japanese after his head was cut off, and I understand Japanese. Ya fucking Mary Sue, you know everything that needs to help you further the plot, don't ya? Duck said, "You're dead, you chicken." And I vomited as Duck said that. How much vomit does your body contain? Pig was laughing demonic-like, and the quality was getting more screwed up. Then the hotel was burning, and came out was Howie, and his eye was dangling out and exploded, then the video ended. That is the last time I saw a Almost Naked Animals episode. So, because of a raunchy YouTube parody video, you decide to boycott the show in its entirety? I mean, you are fully within your rights to do as you please, but don't you think that's a little drastic? I mean, judging by these IMDb ratings, I don't blame ya for not wanting to watch the show, so hey, more power to ya. Rock on, soul brother, oh yeah. Number 3. 7G06 deadbart.avi. So, I guess what we have here is another blatant bootleg version of an already existing creepypasta? I suppose this fits into the theme of Lost Episodes, doesn't it? Once I was looking at 2012 Geo's World's channel until I saw a video called 7G06 deadbart.avi. I decided to watch it, so I did. It started with the Simpsons intro, but it wasn't normal. It had weird sound. Descriptive. I was shocked. The intro was done. It started the part with the plane, and then a scene showed Bart dead for a few seconds, then showed the house. I was scared almost, but I kept watching it. The scene switched to Lisa, Homer, Marge, and Maggie for a few seconds. Then, the screen went black, it came back on. The music was from SuicideMouse.avi, I think. Then it went to Homer, then showed a scene of Bart dead, but at a gravestone this time. The scene went up to Bart for 11 or 10 seconds. Then showed Marge, Homer, and Lisa. Then it went up to Homer. He said something, but I didn't hear him. The scene zoomed out from Bart dead. It ended with Lisa, Homer, and Marge on the couch. I was scared. I was never gonna watch it again. I mean, that's your choice, I suppose. More power to you for that, I guess. Less power to you for making an inferior in every way version of a story that already exists once more. It's probably better to stick to more original stories, you know? Just a suggestion for the future. Number 2. Kickass Unrated Edition. Remember the 2010 movie Kickass? Remember the great reviews it got from being so violent with it just being rated R? Well, you are about to be surprised on how much worse it got. Ooh, I'm ready to be wowed. 2010, I got to go to the movie theater as a gift with all my friends. We got to choose the movie we wanted to see when Kickass caught my eye. Of course, the movie was the unrated edition, and we were underage. The ticket holder was retarded and did not pay attention. That's fucking rude. I hate you already, main character. As he handed us the ticket, we cheered. As we went to the theater, we did not even stop for popcorn. I mean, yeah, that is the most cost-effective method. We just zoomed to the movie theater with adrenaline in our hearts. As the trailer passed, a warning sign came up on the screen. Warning. The film you are about to see is unrated and much different than the original R-rated format, and may be worse if you are underage. Please exit now before a lawsuit starts. Oh, beautiful. That seems totally legit. The movie started. It started with a guy in a red suit who had mental problems, jumped off the building pretending to be a superhero, and crash landing on a taxi. Everyone looks in shock as they see what they just saw, his dead body. He starts to cough up a little blood. A voice is heard saying, "The man I drugged." What? Then it shows the so-called Kickass eating a donut with his mask, and he is driving a amazing red car with a black stripe as he drives into a creek between a building and a Walmart looking place. He gets out of the car and the movie got stuck. It twisted like a broken film. The text was shown on the screen. "The film you have seen is too disturbing to be seen at this theater. Please exit on the right. Your money will be returned." A disappointed sigh is heard everywhere. To tell you the truth, I was kind of relieved but mad. I spent the rest of the day playing Pokemon GBA on crappy settings until the thought came to my mind, I want to finish the movie. I closed my GTA 4. What? You switched games over the course of a sentence! I went to eBay faster than a bullet. I typed Kickass 2010 uncut unrated 1 showed up for $600 in advance. I must have been tired or something because I bought it. Oh, you fucking flexing on us all, aren't ya? It took about a year for it to get here, and just about when I completely forgot about it, I got the package. I opened it slowly to come across a DVD without a case, nor did it come with packaging, just a disc laying in a cardboard box. I picked it up and saw how bad the condition of it was. I stuck it in my DVD player as it just skipped to where I left off. Kickass eating a donut, driving between a Walmart and some tall building. When he gets out, he comes out to the so-called red mist. He was laying on the floor handcuffed. Kickass took out his nunchucks as he said, "You lied." Red Mist is screaming with bruises on his face until Kickass just whacks him in the back of the head, and Red Mist took his last breath. The screen shut off, and so did the lights. And so did the author's brain, because the story is over. I'm sorry, that was a little mean, but your story makes no sense whatsoever. I don't really see what was worse about this unrated version compared to the original, which was much worse than that. I am very disappointed. Number 1. Dora the Explorer, Dora's Suicide. Another Dora story? Why not? Oh, now I see why not. I don't see any punctuation anywhere. Am I gonna have to do this all in one breath? I'll try, I guess. My cousin was at my house today. She watched Dora the Explorer. I watched it with her. I saw the title, Dora's Suicide. I was shocked to begin with Dora killing Boots and her family. Then she walked in on Diego and killed him. Then she shot a gun up her mouth and the show ended. My cousin had a nightmare, so we drove to Nick Studios a mile away and told the intern about it. He immediately told the creator to talk to us. We told him about it. He was shaken up. He called some agents of the United States. They also told us our parents were missing and the interns were suspects. So we left and saw my home with the Nick HQ owner there. He told us to stay at a hotel for about a week, so we did. What a satisfying ending to a wonderful tale of friendship and bravery. I think this story speaks for itself. I could go on and on about how it makes no sense, has no flow nor punctuation, and was written like something out of a fever dream, but I think you can all gather these faults for yourselves. I trust you. This story just keeps on giving, and it could probably be used as a torture device for people who don't want to breathe. And with that, we have unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your artistic interpretation, reached the end of our worst Lost Episodes trilogy. We've gone from cartoons to animated films to live action and even a book. What an adventure it's been. I hope you've all made it through relatively unhurt and only suffered minor losses in brain cells. However, I can only hope. I would like to personally thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video and to the end of this trilogy. I really hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. It was a real blast. You people, you make this all worth it, and you mean the world to me. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. With all of that said, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay awesome. Goodbye.